You think that rumbling in your stomach means you're starving? Child, please, sit down a minute and listen close, because I'm about to tell you something most folks don't want to hear anymore. My name is Hattie Mae. I am 108 years old, and I have watched more generations come and go than most people can even imagine. I have seen war, hunger, celebration, invention, and decline. And let me tell you plain and simple, what you've been taught about hunger ain't the truth. You think that little growl in your belly means your body is crying out for help. You think missing one meal is some kind of emergency. But I'm looking at you, and I'm telling you with all the years God has given me, you are not starving. You are addicted. Now I know that word makes people uncomfortable. Folks don't like to think they're controlled by anything. But I have sat on porches, in kitchens, and beside hospital beds long enough to recognize patterns. And what I see today isn't hunger, it's dependency. They told you on the television, oh yes they did, that you need 3 meals a day. Not just that, but snacks in between. Keep your metabolism going, they say. Don't let your energy drop. Lord have mercy. That idea right there is one of the most profitable lies ever sold to the public. Because think about it. If they can convince you that you must eat every few hours, then they don't just get your breakfast money, they get your lunch, your dinner, your snacks, your desserts, your drinks, and everything in between. They turn your body into a machine that constantly consumes. And you think you're taking care of yourself. But look around. People are tired all the time. Their joints ache before they even reach old age. Their minds feel foggy. Their bodies feel heavy. And by 50 years old, many of them are already breaking down. And nobody stops to ask the real question. What if the problem isn't what you're eating, but how often you never stop? Now, last time I sat here talking with you, I told you about the kind of food we used to eat. Real food. Eggs from chickens that walked the yard. Meat that came from animals we knew. Vegetables that came straight out the dirt, still holding the smell of the earth. But today I'm going to tell you something just as important. It wasn't just what we ate that kept us strong, it was when we ate, and more importantly, it was when we didn't. You see, folks today treat their bodies like an engine that never gets turned off, like a tractor left running day and night in the middle of a field. Now, I grew up around farm equipment, so let me explain it to you in a way you won't forget. Breaking down food is work, hard work. Your body has to pull blood, energy, heat, all of it to turn that food into fuel. It's not a small task. It's one of the biggest jobs your body does every single day. So let's walk through your average day now. You wake up at 7 in the morning. First thing you do? You eat something sweet, pancakes with syrup, sugary cereal, maybe a pastry and a flavored coffee. Engine starts. Then around 10 you feel a dip, so you grab a snack, a granola bar maybe, something quick. Engine heats up more. Noon comes, lunchtime. Sandwich, chips, soda. Now that engine is running hot. Around 3 in the afternoon, your energy crashes again. So what do? Coffee, something sweet. You're pouring fuel onto a fire that never gets to cool down. Then dinner comes. Big meal, heavy food. And just when your body should be winding down, 10 p.m. hits. And there you are, sitting in front of the television, eating ice cream or chips. That engine, it has not stopped all day, not once. Now let me ask you something simple. What happens to a machine that never gets turned off? It wears out, it overheats, it breaks down from the inside, and your body is no different. You only have so much energy to go around, and if your body is spending all of it digesting food, when exactly is it supposed to fix anything? When does it repair your joints? When does it clear your mind? When does it clean out the damage caused by all that processed food? It doesn't, because it never gets the chance. And that's why people today are always running to the doctor. The second something feels off, they think the answer is to add something, a pill, a supplement, another treatment. But we didn't live like that. No, ma'am, no, sir. When my grandfather got sick, he didn't eat. That's right. He didn't rush to fill his plate. He didn't panic. He didn't think he needed more. He did the opposite. He would sit on the porch, quiet as the morning, with a simple glass of water, and he would let his stomach go empty, completely empty, sometimes for a full day, sometimes longer. Now today, the doctors have all kinds of fancy words for this, big, expensive words that make it sound like some modern discovery. But back then, we just called it cleaning house, because that's exactly what it does. When you stop eating for long enough, 14 hours, 16 hours, maybe even 36, something remarkable happens inside your body. It finally gets a break. The engine cools down, and instead of using energy to digest food, it sends that energy somewhere else, to repair, to restore, to clean. Your body starts going through itself like a housekeeper after a long, messy party. It sweeps up the waste. It clears out damaged cells. It reduces swelling. It sharpens your mind. It begins to heal. Now here's something most folks don't realize. You already experience this every single night. When you sleep, you are fasting. That's why good sleep makes you feel better. That's why your body heals during rest. But the moment you wake up and pour sugar all over your breakfast, you shut that process down. You call the repair crew off the job and send them straight back into the kitchen to start cooking again, over and over and over. Now let me take you back a little further. Back to a time most people only read about in history books. The Great Depression. We didn't have the luxury of eating all day. Some days we were lucky to eat at all. 3 meals a day, that was a blessing, not a standard. Sometimes we had 1 solid meal, sometimes less. And at the time, we thought we were suffering. We thought the scarcity was a curse. But looking back now, I see it differently. That scarcity was protection. We didn't have cabinets full of processed snacks calling our names at midnight. We didn't eat out of boredom. We didn't snack out of habit. We ate when food was available. And then we stopped. And you know what? We were strong. We worked from sun up to sundown. Our bodies held up. Our minds stayed sharp. We didn't see the same wave of chronic sickness you see today. Now I can hear you already. But Hattie, I get hungry. If I skip a meal, I feel shaky. I get headaches. I feel weak. Listen to me carefully. That is not hunger. That is withdrawal. Your body has been trained, conditioned to expect a constant supply of sugar and quick energy. And when it doesn't get it, it throws a tantrum. Just like a spoiled child in a grocery store. But true hunger is calm. It doesn't scream. It doesn't panic. It doesn't make you feel like you're going to collapse. In fact, when you move past that initial discomfort, something surprising happens. Your mind gets clearer. Your energy becomes steady. You feel lighter, more focused, more alive. But you have to give your body the chance to get there. You have to be willing to sit through that uncomfortable moment without immediately trying to fix it with food. That's where the strength comes from. That's where the healing begins. Now, I'm not telling you to starve yourself. Don't twist my words. Food is a blessing. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to nourish you. But it's not meant to control you. And right now, for a lot of people, it does. So if you want to start changing things, if you want to feel better, think clearer, live longer, you don't need to do anything extreme. Start simple. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't rush into the kitchen. Drink a tall glass of water. Have yourself a cup of black coffee if you like. Step outside. Let the sunlight touch your face. Go for a walk. Let your stomach rumble a little bit. It won't hurt you. In fact, It might be the best thing you've done for yourself in a long time. Wait a few hours before you eat. Let your body ease into the day instead of shocking it awake with sugar. Then, when you do eat, make it count. Eat real food, food that came from the earth, food your great-grandparents would recognize. And when the sun goes down, close the kitchen. That's something we used to do without even thinking about it. Nighttime was for resting, not eating. Give your body a window, 14 hours, maybe 16, where it doesn't have to work on digestion. Let it rest. Let it repair. Let it clean house. And if you ever feel something deeper, a sickness coming on, your joints aching more than usual, consider giving your body even more time. Just water, just rest, just space. You might be surprised what your body can do when you finally get out of its way. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. There is an entire system built on keeping you hungry, and another built on keeping you sick. And if you follow both, you'll never break free. But the moment you step back, the moment you say, I don't need to eat right now, that's when you start taking your power back. That's when your body remembers what it was designed to do. You don't need to fight your body. You need to trust it. Healing is already written into your bones. You just have to give it the space to happen. So take care of your engine, child. It's the only one you get. And sometimes the best thing you can do for it is nothing at all. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's about time for my coffee.